Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Season 2. Did you see that big-ass tree that came up at the end of the last episode? Ooh. In last week's episode, Max, Callus, and Magnus? Not sure if he's part of the party, or if he's just hanging around for a little bit. Oh well. The three amigos, as I put it, left the mountainous path and made their way to a nearby town. Oh wait, correction. Two of them were walking. Callus was still knocked out and was being carried on Magnus's shoulder. While they were walking, Max was noticeably annoyed, and I soon found out why and joined him in Annoyanceville. Turns out it was Magnus going on and on about how he is Magnus the Mountain, or whatever the hell he says. Thankfully, Callus woke up and cut his pride parade of sorts short. When Callus woke up, he freed himself from Magnus's shoulder and mistook him for a retirement agent and attacked him. But Max cleared the air and his defenses washed away very soon, as if nothing ever happened. I guess he's going super senile now. When the sun started to set, the three entered the town and Max was able to get one room with a singular bed, and all three had to share it, and somehow they made it work. When morning came, they all snuck out because they broke the bed. Not that way, you dirty birds, because they're old man-children, that's why, and they set out for the enchanted grotto. Finally! When they arrived, they saw the noticeably big-ass tree that I mentioned earlier and went to it only for it to grow and stretch out and reveal a face. Whoa! Shortly after that, the tree face, that's right, the tree face, spoke, and that's where the episode ended. We are now on episode 16, The Sage of Ages and Flipper, the Dapper Frog. Oh great, another talking animal companion. How original. Standing a staggeringly towering height of God knows how high, and covering the entire hidden valley, is the very being they've been looking for. The Sage of Ages. Magnus looks up at the sage and is for once speechless. Thank God. While he remains gobsmacked silent, Callus falls to his knees and bows relentlessly before it. While the two show proper signs of respect, Max stands there like he doesn't give a flying fig about the entire thing. It would seem that up till now, everything was a test of his sanity, or how much of a crap, as he would put it, he could care about.
Welcome, honored guests. I trust that you have had safe travels coming here.
Oh yes, oh grand and mighty one, as this is my first time outside of the mountains, of which I originally dwelled. My travels have been most beneficial. Max looks over at Magnus and is appalled by his formalities.
Good. It is often best to leave our comfort zones to grow much more than we already are.
Indeed, O wise and all-knowing one. Our travels have been filled with newfound joys and pleasures, as well as growth. It has also allowed me to meet new and exciting people.
What the f— Max turns to Callus with the same unexpected expression, jaw open and eyebrows raised.
Excellent. Meeting new faces and going to new places breeds growth and shares warmth.
Then the sage looks at Max, and Magnus and Callus follow shortly after. Max looks at both Callus and Magnus and crosses his arms, after which he looks up at the tree, unimpressed. Yeah, I'm not gonna suck up to you like these two sips over here. I was told to seek you out for answers on how I can defeat the king. But you say you know why I'm here, and I'm assuming it's for another reason. So, lay it on me. I'm all ears. Tell me what more I have to do before I can go home. The sage raises its Excuse me? Oh no, I did read that right. I'm not going stupid. The sage raises its tree brow. Tree brow. Keyword there, folks. The sage raises its tree brow and is conflicted with Max's attitude, but smiles shortly after knowing he would act like that. He lets out a mild chuckle and answers him.
You are indeed the one that was sent here to save Galavandriel. Very well. Sit, little one, and let me tell you of how the king came to be, and I will enlighten you shortly after.
Great! More pointlessly long exposition. Is there any way you could speed this up?
I'll try my best, but for now, hush up. About 101 years ago, a man came from another land just like you. In his previous adventures in his world, he was the captain of a pirate crew. Unlike most pirates, he was fair and just. He looted from the corrupt, freed slaves, and led his men on the path to being better for the next generation.
Hey, he sounds like that Robin of Hood guy described to you when we first met, Max. Huh?
Shh! However, on his adventures, there was a treasure he was seeking, and through his quest to getting it, he lost himself. He lost his crew, and he lost the respect he had. All his members left him, except for one. One plucky lad that he saved from a slave merchant stuck with him and helped him through his bit of darkness. With the help of that little lad, he was able to redeem himself, save his crew, and regain his reputation he once lost. But when he acquired the treasure, he turned his back on all of them. He gained magical powers that far exceeded anything that anyone had ever encountered. He went wickedly tyrannical and started to conquer his world, plunging it into chaos, just like he has done with Galavandriel. To put an immediate stop to his conquest, his old crew and that little lad that supported him the most banded together and pushed him overboard, causing him to fall into a yellow yonder that swirled at the bottom of their ocean. That yellow yonder was a portal to other worlds, a near infinite worlds, and he just so happened to come here, to Galavandriel. It was also a pure coincidence that he crashed in the capital city and happened to land on the old king that was loved by all. When he arrived, his fall broke from the previous king, killing him. So he acted immediately and assumed the position of the throne, thus beginning his reign of terror that is currently in place.
Magnus and Callus clap at the sage's storytelling, while Max is left confused. Hey, Mr. Sage, that's a nice story and all, but there are a few potholes that simply cannot be overlooked. For starters, the king's age. 101 years ago? That's when his reign started? Didn't you say he was an ordinary man?
I wasn't finished. I was going to fill in those gaps, if you'd let me.
Yeah, sure you were, buddy.
When the king gained his powers, he did not gain immortality, but rather prolonged life. He can die by normal means, but he is a lot tougher than the average man. Think of him as a raid boss from an MMO in your world.
Now that's a good way of putting it. Wait a minute! What did you just say?
Oh, did I say something that only you would know?
Yes!
So, now that I actually have your attention, heed what I'm going to say, as it will help you in defeating him. In order to beat the evil king, you will need 4 aspects, and once you connect them, you'll need to combine the efforts of the 4 aspects in order to defeat the king. You already have 3 of them: leadership, power, and might. But you are missing the 4th and final aspect: speed. You need these 4 because they are the 4 aspects that the king once had, and you'll need them to rival his current power to maintain a fighting chance against him. When together, you need to combine your attacks and synchronize them to blow him away in one powerful attack.
Alright, sounds doable, but where's this 4th aspect of speed you speak of?
You are in luck, my friend. for I have such an individual capable of fulfilling that position.
The bushes and roots that surround the base of the sage recede, and out walks a tall, slender individual. It comes out wearing a top hat, suit and bow tie, and a rapier holstered at its side. It stands before Max, Magnus, and Callus and kneels before them, but remains quiet.
This here is Flipper, a loyal servant of mine, tasked to guard me at all times. But seeing as how nothing much has happened here, I leave him in your hands as an integral member of your party.
Well, that is mighty gracious of you, but let me ask you one last question before we leave, because I'm assuming that we're done after this.
What is it?
You seem to think that I somehow am capable of doing all this big and important grand stuff, like finding strong folks or aspects, then fighting the evil king that once dispatched the last party. What makes you think that I, a person from another world with no special talents or skills, can lead these folks, defeat the king, and save this land in such a short amount of time?
You seem clouded on who you are and what you are capable of, yet others see it in you. Your first friend that you met when you came here, Rupert, he saw that in you, just as I did when I first laid my eyes on you. There is something about you that is bigger and brighter, but you just don't know it yet because you don't believe in yourself. Trust in yourself. As for why you, an outlander, has been tasked with such a heavy burden, it's because you follow in the same footsteps as the evil king, except you keep your chin up. Your two paths intertwine, yet one led down, and the other? Who knows? That is up to you to decide. That is your fate.
The winds pick up from the outside, and it's a sign for the sage. His branches begin to recede and decay slowly. Leaves fall, and smaller, weaker branches break apart and fall all over the area. As soon as they hit the ground, the flora in the area wither and die, and the fauna slowly leave as they know the area is no longer hospitable. The others around notice this and grow concerned.
My time has come.
Come again?
My life is at its end. My last task was to deliver the message to the Chosen One. You. I have done so, and now I am left with nothing to do. It is now my time to finally pass into the next life.
Wait! Hold on! I still have questions! What am I supposed to do? I need to know more! As Max cries out for more answers, the rest of the leaves all shrivel up and all fall at the same time, creating a hauntingly beautiful spectacle. As the last remaining leaves flutter down, Max looks to see the tree turning gray and slowly decay. The sage closes its eyes, but answers Max one last time before passing on.
Just do what you've been doing all this time. Do the right thing.
After that, the last flower in the front of the tree withers, decays, and breaks away, and its remnants fly with the wind. The valley once known as the Enchanted Grotto has now withered and passed on, and the sage that was housed there has left this plain. Son of a... Now tasked with a whole lot to do and causing the next and possibly final phase of his oddly short quest, Max remains paralyzed in place as the burden starts to feel heavy on him. Magnus runs around the leaves and plays in them like a child, already forgetting that they were once part of the sage that he so dearly respected. Callus goes up to Flipper, the new fourth party member who remains quiet and kneeled before the tree.
What the heck is this? Is this thing alive?
What will Max Dougal do now? What will become of his adventure? Stay tuned for the next... Not now, narrator! Oh, sorry. I guess Max has something else in store? I guess this episode isn't over yet. Max shakes his head to temporarily clear it and goes to Flipper. He sticks his hand out to the lanky individual. Flipper raises his head and shows his true form. A frog man? Yikes! Yes, a frogman. He looks up at Max's hand and reaches out for it and shakes, then stands shortly after. Hello, my name is Max Dougal, and this is my party. The old one is Callus the Archmage, and the big child is Magnus the Mountain Mover.
Nice to meet you.
Wait, have we established that I am a member of your party? Max nods to Magnus and looks back at Flipper. Yep. Oh, I am. What is your full name, Mr. Flipper? Flipper smiles, I think, removes his top hat, and bows before Max as he formally introduces himself.
How do you do? My name is Flipper the Dapper Frog. It is a pleasure to meet you. As per my former master, the Sage, I am indebted to you, Mr. Dougal, as the fourth member of your party, and the fourth aspect needed to beat the king.
Yeah, that's great. Let's go. Max starts to head back the way they came, and the others follow. When they exit the dead grotto, well, that's a little harsh, they head back to the inn and rest up again. While they walk back, Flipper tries to be all friendly with everyone and get to know them better. He gets along well with Magnus and Callus, but when he tries to talk to Max, he is blown off or dismissed. Come on, Max, don't be rude.
Oh, Max, wouldn't it be in everyone's best interest to get to know each other better? The others seem to be willing, but you are not.
You're right, Flipper. Tell me a bit about yourself, briefly.
Very well. Would you like to hear about my origin story?
No, that's okay.
I see. Then how about when I met the Sage?
Sure.
Splendid! Behind the Sage was a little pond that housed my mother and all my brothers and sisters. Sadly, one wickedly windy day, a branch from the Sage broke off and crushed my entire family. I didn't perish due to the fact that I was treading waters back and forth in the pond at such a young age. You should have seen me. I was the quickest little whip there ever was. Anywho, when I caught wind of what happened, I was devastated, and the Sage was there to care for me and tend for me. When I grew up, I swore to serve and protect the Sage at all costs. And well, here I am now.
That's great. Oh, look, we're back at the end. Let's get some food and some rest and, I don't know, make our way to the capital city, I guess?
Sounds like a smashing idea. Allow me to cover the cost for the evening as a token of gratitude for allowing me to join your party.
Sure, thanks.
Good evening, my good man. Do you have a room with 2 beds available?
Yes, we do. That'll be... Hey, wait! You're the guy that broke the bed from the last visit. You owe me for that broken bed.
Hold it there just a minute, sir. Allow me to cover the cost of the previous bed in our new double bedroom.
Fine, but if I see another broken bed, then you're out of here and never welcomed back. Your total is 50 pieces of gold.
Very well. Give me 1 minute to fetch my loot sack.
Flipper opens his mouth wide, lifts his long, stretchy tongue with one hand, and reaches in deep with the other and pulls out a brown sack. Ew! He closes his mouth and pulls out 60 gold coins and gives it to the innkeeper. Well, that is quite disturbing. After paying the man, he tosses the sack in the air and opens his mouth to put the sack away. That's a lovely party trick, but don't ever do it again, please. That's disgusting. I was already disgusted when you reached into your mouth, dirty frog.
Here you are, good man. I gave you 60 for the inconvenience. Thank you for your time and service, and bid thee a good evening.
Flipper takes the key to the room, tips his hat to the innkeeper, and leads the party to their room. They all sleep rather quickly and go through the night without a peep. Once morning hit and they're awake, they all meet up outside and set out for their next destination, the capital city of Galavandriel, to the royal palace where the evil king resides. Now that's the end of the episode. Whew. I'm not going to lie to you folks, but Max kind of scared me back there. Oh well, maybe a good night's rest and a small break from this episode from now until next week will help clear his mind. Until then, you folks have a good evening. I'll see you next time. Take care.